What's up guys, Kyle here again, and today, if you're wondering why I'm so sweaty, it's because I'm excited. An extremely rare amplifier that I've been waiting about 4 months since the time that I purchased it to show up has shown up. I should really script my videos from now on. An amplifier that is cloaked in more mystique and mystery than your girlfriend's side table drawer. And an amp that frankly, I don't think anybody ever thought they would see a reissue of. So naturally, there is nobody who is more deserving of this amplifier than a dude who doesn't like its iconic tones and can barely play guitar. So get your pitchforks ready to meet me down in the comments because today we are gonna unbox and play through this amplifier together for the very first time. Let's do it. Alright guys, hope you're doing great out there today. If this is your first time here at my channel, my name is Kyle and welcome to Belligerent Studios. What I do here is I take all sorts of awesome high gain related guitar equipment, I record it with a simple setup, and I give you the unprocessed audio on your end. So if you're into E-standard thrash riffs, drop C hardcore riffs, and dudes that wear Hot Topic Slayer shirts, you're in the right place. Consider hitting the like button and subscribing on your way out so you don't miss any more of my stuff. Thanks. All right, guys, so today is a day that has been months in the making, but more realistically, for a lot of people, this is a day that has been 40 years in the making. I'm starting off this video as if this is any sort of mystery, but in reality, it's not. By now, everybody knows what this amp is, and even by some of the things that I've said about it already, I'm sure you can guess what it is. So, I was lucky enough to get one of these, and I believe that Mesa only made like 200 or 400, some ridiculously small number of these amplifiers. I have absolutely no idea what their plans are for the future of this amplifier, so who knows? This may be an extremely rare amplifier, just like the original is at this point. So I am considering myself insanely lucky to be able to have grabbed one of these amplifiers. I just happened to be talking to the content guy at Gibson when he let me know that this thing was already sold out. We were talking about some upcoming stuff and he's like, yeah.
By the way, we're gonna re-release this amplifier in a super limited run and they're already sold out.
So naturally I was like, oh, cool, thanks. Thanks for letting me know, dude. But he said if anything happens, if any of the pre-orders fall through, that he would let me know. And literally no more than a couple hours later that same day, he texted me and said,
hey, we had an artist spot open up on one of these, so if you wanna grab one, it's available. I can put your name on the list. And I said,
absolutely, let's do it. So huge shout to Gibson and Mesa Boogie for basically even allowing me to purchase this amp. What a weird sentence. So huge shout to Gibson and Mesa Boogie for allowing me to get in on an artist spot for this amplifier and share it with you guys here on the channel, because that's primarily why I bought it. I figured that was one of the only ways that I was gonna be able to get to do a video of this amplifier on the channel. And on top of that, I'm going to make some quad Cortex packs for sure, but I'm actually probably gonna do some Kemper packs and some Tonex packs of this thing as well. But for sure at the time of this video releasing, there will be a quad Cortex capture pack of this amplifier, all direct captures. All my capture packs are $15. You get 15 different direct captures, and you can purchase those by going to my Patreon, which is linked below in every single one of these videos in the description. But also, because this is an extremely rare amplifier, I'm not going to lock all that stuff behind a paywall. I'm actually going to do 1 or 2 free captures of this amplifier for quad Cortex, for Kemper, and for Tonex to give to you guys for free, because I don't want to be the dickhead who buys an extremely rare amplifier and then doesn't actually share it with anybody. So I will have the links where you can either download or pick up those free captures down below in the description and in the comments of this video. The only thing that I ask is if you guys like them, maybe check out some of my other capture packs or spread the word and let people know that the dude who can barely play guitar can actually make decent captures. I know that's asking a lot because it's a blatant lie. So I've already been talking way too much. Let's go ahead, let's cut into this bad boy. And of course, I'm sure you guys know what amplifier it is by now, but drop it down below in the comments and let me know what you think is gonna be in this box. This, of course, has the safety staples. Anytime you see these staples in a box, that basically just tells you that whoever packaged this hates you and they want to see you bleed. And they really want to see me bleed because they use like 3 layers of this security tape and I am having a really hard time cutting through it. I'm also a weak little bitch. All right, so I am through the murder staples. We are into the box. This is an insane moment for me, honestly. Real quick, I just want to say a huge thank you to you guys, the audience, because I don't get these opportunities. Even though I did purchase this amplifier with my own money, I would have never gotten this opportunity if my channel was not successful. I guess that's the best way to put it. And it's successful because you guys watch the video. So again, say it all the time. I fucking mean it with every bone in my body. Thank you guys so much for the support that you show me and you show this channel, because it allows me to do really cool stuff like this. Stuff that, you know, literally stuff I would have dreamed of doing years ago. Stuff like paying for an amplifier and unboxing it. On the surface, that makes me really sound like a Mesa Boogie bootlicker. All right, guys, so one thing I do love about buying a new Mesa amplifier is they actually give you a cover. Even though it's like a thinner canvas cover, it at least keeps you from scuffing the amplifiers, Tolex up and stuff when you're moving this thing around. So I think a lot of other companies, especially like boutique companies, should follow suit on that. Pull out the little foam wedgies, and moment of truth. Did you guess right? You're gonna find out. Ugh. There it is. See what's special about it? There's an extra plus. So yeah, guys, this is the Mesa Mark II C++. I'm not sure, I'm wondering what the serial number is gonna be on this thing, because if they really are like insanely limited, they would be sick if it was like 1 of 200 or something like that. Okay, so 2032 is the serial number on this particular one. So I'm not exactly sure how they are going about numbering these things for the serial numbers, but this is all stuff that you don't care about at all. And I gotta say, man, I have not looked at the back of my 2C Plus, regular 2C Plus reissue in a little bit, but there is like nothing going on the back of this thing. Maybe it's just because I am super used to, I've been on a big Mark IV kick lately. So I've been playing my Mark IVs and moving those and hooking those around. What did I just say? I've been playing those amps a lot, and the backs of those amplifiers, there's a lot going on. On the back of this thing, we literally have our effects loop, we've got our speaker outs, we've got our simulcast switch, and we've got a slave out, and that's it. Well, we got a presence and a reverb too, but yeah, man. Very, very simple for a Mark series amplifier. I would imagine that these things are gonna be as true as, you know, Mesa and Gibson could possibly get them to the original. There, of course, will be differences because it's been 40 years since these things were manufactured. And I gotta be honest, guys, I have really not been excited about guitar gear at all lately. Just kind of going through one of those phases in life where like, I'm just kind of bored with guitar gear, and that probably sucks to hear, you know, a YouTuber who does this full time to say. But now pulling this amplifier out of the package and just remembering how much I love the 2C Plus reissue and how much I've been enjoying the Mark IV lately, I actually just got really excited to plug this baby in. So let's go ahead, let's plug this baby in, and let's see what this super rare reissue 2C++ amplifier is capable of. I don't know what the hell happened to my voice at the end of that. Dude, this amp is insanely addicting to play. I just spent an hour, like, originally my plan was to sit this thing on top of the cab, plug it in, dial it in super quick, and then start shooting this video. And I literally have just been sitting here playing different guitars and kind of tweaking the settings and stuff like that and seeing how everything responds, because it's just so fun to play. This amp is so incredibly easy to play. The saturation, the compression, straight into this thing. That's what you guys heard in that first clip right there. I was going straight into the amp. There's no boost, nothing to like adjust the guitar signal, nothing to tighten it or anything. That is just straight into the amplifier. Dude, it's literally, that's the only thing that I can think of to describe the experience as addicting. I just wanted to keep playing because everything sounded, but more importantly, felt so good to play. Like, I have not felt an amp that is as good to play as this thing since an original 5150. And even then, like, that amp definitely needs a boost for my liking. And this thing, dude, just Straight in. Sounds super, super good. So yeah, there's the first tone. I guess I should explain to you what we are hearing for this setup. So I'm starting off with my Balaguer Espada with the Hypernova pickups, which are a very modern sounding ceramic high output pickup. The amplifier is going straight into my good old tried and true 1999 traditional Mesa 4x12 cabinet, stock V30s in the cab. We've got an SM57 and an MD421U on this speaker, so you guys can, you know, basically pick up a little bit more of what the amp is putting out. No post-processing, as always. The amp is currently dialed, as you guys see it here. We're fairly loud in the room. The volumes on these amplifiers are just the dumbest design ever. Like, they have absolutely no range in them, so the volume is very low on the master, but we've got it basically cranked on the lead channel. We've got the pull deep out. We are on the lead channel. We've got the pull bright out because that actually kind of like levels off some of the extreme brightness and aggressiveness of this amplifier. And then of course, looking at the classic EQ controls on the Mark series, we've got both the bass and the mids at 0. That makes the amp just really tight, really focused. And then we've got the treble at 10, which of course doesn't really increase the treble. It basically increases the amount of signal that comes through the preamp and just makes it, you know, that's part of what makes it really saturated. So if you ever are playing with one of these older Mark series amps and it doesn't seem like it's saturating like it should, give that treble a nice little titty twister to the max. Like I said, I want to just keep noodling and messing around because it's so fun to play. One of the main things that I noticed about this amplifier, I am not a lead player at all, but I as soon as I played the original 2C Plus reissue, I knew why lead dudes love this amplifier so much. It's just so easy to play, so easy to get like pinch harmonics and stuff out of. It just sings. It makes the notes just jump off the fretboard like so easily. Yeah, dude, I get it. If you're a lead player, this thing, it just makes leads incredibly easy to play. So I totally understand that for sure. Real quick though, let's kind of adjust the tone a little bit with using some of the switches and see if we can get a drastically different sounding tone out of this thing. I already know that we can, but just for shits and gigs. Alright, so these push-pull switches or pots on this amplifier, they mainly make a big difference in the feel and the way that the amp reacts. Sure, there's definitely some noticeable sound differences, but overall, it really is just kind of like tweaking the amp to get the feel that you need out of it for whatever particular piece of crap riff that you're playing. Right now, I have a slightly fatter and definitely more scooped tone going on, as you guys just saw me dial in, so let's play something using that. Forgot how to play the end of that riff, but yeah, this actually, I should have played something bigger and not quite as fat as that, because that was definitely a less thrash friendly tone. As you guys could hear, the low end was a little bit fatter, a little bit more rubbery, and that has to do with pulling the shift control on the bass. That, if you want a bigger fat, if you want a fatter tone with bigger low end, pull both the deep and the bass shift switches, and it's gonna be way, way bigger in the lows. The reason I don't always do this is because not only is it bigger in the low end, but it kind of accentuates those low mids a little bit, makes it a little tubbier and a little harder to balance out the low. But that is where we pull in the forbidden tool to use with a Mark amplifier, an overdrive. This amplifier was way too much fun. It should be illegal. I am going to grab a lower tuned guitar. Let's get like a fat drop C hardcore riff out of this thing. Dude, did you guys hear those? I've never gotten pinch harmonics like that. I suck at pinch harmonics, and they just scream out of this amplifier. I love it. I absolutely love this thing. For a drop C hardcore tone, I thought that sounded insane. I would absolutely use this thing live for a drop C hardcore band, such as my band X Represent X. But that was with the overdrive still kicked in, so we are actually going to turn it off. I'm gonna put the bass shift back off. As you can hear, pretty big difference. So we crank the 80 hertz on the slider to get more of that low end punch. One thing about these Mark II Cs is they are touchy when it comes to the EQ controls and dialing them in. I had the presence on the back of the amplifier completely off. It was at 0 for the entire first part of that video. I kind of just turned it up a little bit because it is extremely sensitive in order to get just a little bit more grind on the top end, and it made literally all of the difference. So here we are going straight into the amplifier, no boost, drop C hardcore tone. fat in the low end tone, but still tight enough to punch and basically like get that percussiveness out of it that I personally like. And we still have room to go as far as like getting gain out of this thing. We actually have the volume 1 at 8. If we crank that, as you guys can hear, a lot of gain. So if you are a Gainiac type like my dude Jared from Tone Wars, this amp, straight in, it has all the gain that you really, I could imagine needing. I can't imagine anybody needing more gain than that. But yeah, real quick, let's do even lower than that. Let's do C standard tuning. Dude, I did not touch a thing on this amplifier. That was that was C standard straight in, and it sounds so good, man. So yeah, if you guys would like to download the free Quad Cortex Kemper Tone X captures of this amplifier, I'll link those down below in the description. And then if you would like to help my channel out and support the channel, it really does go a long way, you guys purchasing those Quad Cortex capture packs that I have. 15 captures, $15. So I greatly appreciate all the support. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed already, what are you waiting for at this point? I do the same thing in every video. You like it, you know you like it, just subscribe. Someone's calling me. Shut up! All right, they hung up. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Kyle here again. We'll see you next time.